paramedics were called from the St. Louis Fire Department.
Black and purple. I wasn't moving any air at that time. I called in dispatch. We shocked him probably about 8 times. We got him back where he got a slight pulse. By using AED, everything worked out okay.
The St. Louis Fire Department brought me back to life.
Chest pains or asthma was breathing a 32-year-old male.
The St. Louis Fire Department, the Emergency Medical Service, exists to take care of people who live in the city, who visit the city, just passing through the city.
We're the second oldest paid fire department in the entire country.
Ned Fryer and I co-founded the St. Louis Life-Saving Foundation.
I was involved in what was called St. Louis Regional Medical Center, and there were some surplus funds available. The city EMS needed 12 lead monitor defibrillator EKG machines, but I requested a grant of some of that surplus to the St. Louis Fire Department. My request was granted, so that's why we established the Life-Saving Foundation.
The need is tremendous.
You can only do so much with the equipment that you have, and because of the Life-Saving Foundation, we've been able to do so much more.
In 2003, we responded to a residential house fire. We made our way to the 3rd floor. Subsequently, myself and another firefighter, we became trapped on the 3rd floor. Our only option at that time was to jump out from the 3rd-story window.
Seconds count, especially when you're dealing with fire or medical emergencies.
My first reaction was, I'm paralyzed. We both broke our backs. The other firefighter sustained a little bit more injuries. He also suffered a broken leg. Our recovery was tough. We spent a long 4 months in braces, going through physical therapy, work hardening programs, and to this day, I still have back issues.
Life-Saving Foundation, with the help of the St. Louis Fire Department, developed a bailout system that all firefighters wear. So if they would get trapped on upper floors by fire, they had the ability to bail out a little more safer than just jumping out of the building.
The biggest focus for the fire department, Life-Saving Foundation, is to ensure that the frontline firefighters, paramedics have the training they need to overcome any situation they get to in the field.
Years and years ago, in the fire service, typically what firefighters did was put out fires. Our job description has changed tremendously.
Most of our runs are medical or life-saving type runs with people in the homes that are sick.
One more step.
In the fire service, they run on EMS calls, they run on structural collapse calls, they run on trench collapse calls.
We got a specialized force that does nothing but collapse rescue. We're in charge of the airport, all the aircraft training out there. We do hazardous material. With hazardous material comes weapons of mass destruction with all the terrorism that we experience on a daily basis.
What a lot of people don't understand is that comes with a lot on the back end. That's a lot of training, that's a lot of equipment.
The fire department doesn't necessarily have all the funding for the latest in technology and equipment that they need.
Our AED program started about 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, we knew that the AEDs we had on the fire trucks were really outdated.
And our use of this device has more than tripled.
The Life-Saving Foundation went out and we acquired another 20 or so brand new 12-lead monitor defibrillators.
It improves our time from the patient's door to the hospital door.
Most difficult times emotionally involve pediatric deaths.
We pull up on scene and we see a firefighter running out of the residence holding a baby, and you just see the 2-finger CPR and like, yeah, this is legit. And the whole time we're going to Glenn and I'm thinking, please God, let me get this baby back from this mother.
There's no way that you can steel yourself from those emotions.
I've had a lot of sleepless nights. You know, the really bad ones, you know, we don't talk about it, but they stick you. They stick with you for a long, long time.
The need for training for the amount of kids that come into the city is unparalleled.
Paramedics lose up to 62% of their base skills within the first 2 years of training.
You need the training, the refresher, the ability to perform these skills, and those can only be provided through simulation.
Sir, what's going on today?
It's called the Sim or Simulation Center, where we've created realistic scenes that paramedics and EMTs encounter in their work.
Just to be able to sit there and do an assessment with a patient that not only talks to you, but you can feel pulses, you can listen to lung sounds.
Through this sim lab, we are reaching out to the broader community. We will be inviting surrounding agencies, ambulance services, and surrounding fire departments to train here as well.
We also played a role in the acquisition of the bicycles that the fire department EMS bike team uses.
We have Vespas. The guys are on when we have long area we have to cover. We're constantly looking for things to enhance our ability to respond to the public, but also enhance our ability to respond safely.
And without the new devices that are on the market and the training that we can help provide, we're not going to be growing in number of successes year to year.
If you're a resident or a visitor to the city, you're going to want the emergency medical service to have the very best equipment and training that money can buy.
And without donations like the Life Saving Foundation to help with that endeavor, a lot of the things that we have wouldn't be feasible.
The need is so profound that any donation has a direct impact on patient outcomes.
We're here for the public safety, we're here to save lives, and that's what we do.